Racing takes place on Tuesday over at the Vaal Classic track. It is Tuesday the 11th of July, and race number 1 commences at 12:25 over 1,450 meters. It is the start of the bipod as well, and it is a Work Riders maiden plate, and I'm joined by Alistair Cohen on the line. Alistair, how are you doing?
Yeah, Raheel, it's absolutely freezing to start the week, and I can tell you that the forecast going into Tuesday is slightly warmer, but it's still going to be freezing. So this is it's not the first cold snap that we've had this winter in Joburg, but it is the coldest snap that we've had in Joburg this winter. The fire is going to be on tonight, and the one thing about the horses, they'll love the conditions, but I'll be presenting at the Vaal on Tuesday, and I won't be so complimentary when I'm out in the open, that's for sure.
Yeah, Warren and myself, we weren't too complimentary of the weather yesterday at Scottsville, but I'm sure it's a lot colder there where you are right now. But race number 1, it is the start of the bipod. As we saw on Sunday, we had a Work Riders race to kick off proceedings, and as is the case on Tuesday. Now, your favorite here is Magic Prince at 13-10. It is 33-10 about Full Goal, and then 6-1 and Better Ball. Those, to be completely honest, it's quite a moderate lineup that kickstarts the bipod. And Magic Prince, top of the boards, he was terribly disappointing last time out.
He was, Raheel. Let me just state my case. I think the first couple of races, the first 3 races or so, I think we can be fairly confident with, and then it opens up in the second half of the meeting. It opens up to no end. So, just be aware of that. I think that you'll probably want to actually study this card backwards. That's what when I looked at the first 2 races, I thought. Or when I actually, looked at the summary of the card, I actually thought, well, I want to look at the first 2 races. And then I thought, wait, the second half looks too bad, looks too tricky, looks too open. So I studied this race meeting back to front to hopefully have a fresh mind when getting to the hard part. So to start off in race number 1, I'm willing to give number 1 Magic Prince another chance. It was horrible last time out. But I'm willing to say that 1,000 meters probably a little bit too short for him. I know he's got the pace over 1160 and 1200, so it was probably worth a try over 1,000 meters on a fast track last time out at the Vaal, and he just faded tamely. Chamo Mabaya is Mike Becock's right-hand man in the morning. Him and Anati Fanny, they're the 2 guys that do a lot of the work for Michael every morning, so he'll know this horse. He's ridden it once, in fact finished second behind Open Highway, who I think is an okay horse. I think the penultimate start was probably his career best behind Dr. Faustus, who I think is probably upwardly mobile. So I'm willing to give him another chance. The last run was disappointing, but he's got to be a lot better than that. When you look for dangers, I think the other horses, their dangers are probably themselves, to be fair. The horse like number 5, Full Go, he'll be doing his best work late. I don't think he's got his legs tied up. I know he's a 30-run maiden having his 31st start. He's got a bit to find on the line through Open Highway with number 1 Magic Prince, but I think he's the horse that's going to make trifectas and quartets pay if they pay at all. So number 5, Full Go, the pace is likely to be on. It might just set up for the son of Admiral Kitten to go the closest that he's gone. Can't tip a horse convincingly with a 30-start maiden, but I think he can get into the first 4.
Yeah, it's certainly a very tough start to the bipod, and a race where if you aren't in the camp of number 1 Magic Prince, well, you need to include quite a few horses just to get through race number 1. Next up, race number 2, which will commence at 1 o'clock over the 1,000-meter trip. And scratching in this event is number 1, Cliffhanger. It's a field of 6 that remain. And a form update with number 7, Jumping Anelia. We'll have to wait to see if she does take a place. She did run on the weekend, and she ran 4th behind Mika's Bomb. Wasn't disgraced at all, beaten 2.8 lengths, but this is certainly a lot tougher for her. What's your thoughts on the second race? KwaZulu-Natal, the one to beat?
Yeah, Raheel, when I initially looked at this race, I thought it was a 2-horse race between 1 and 2, and I was comfortable going either or in the place accumulator, which is my suggested bet. Now with the scratching number 1, Cliffhanger, I'm quite bullish on the chances of number 2, Awe Lami, who ran in a handicap last time, shoulder top weight. It was, a moderate bunch of handicappers in behind, and I know that he beat Emperor's Game, who's still a maiden, and I think they're in a bit of trouble with Emperor's Game. She's going to need a very, very weak race to win, although Johan Janssen van Vuren says tongue tie next time. He's sure that that's going to make some sort of difference. So I think number 2, Awe Lami, brings the most convincing bit of form. I think that since it was a light break, but a break all the same for 2 months. I think he's just come back a better, stronger horse. I remember seeing him on the 25th of March, and he got stuck in the mud, completely stuck in the mud that day. But he didn't look anywhere near grizzled enough to take on feature race opposition, although he did the time earlier, and he's come back and he looks a more refined son of Duke of Marmalade. So I think that he's upwardly mobile. I think that he's the horse to beat in race number 2, and I'm comfortable to bank him. Global Thunder's got claims, Heirloom's got claims. Those are numbers 3 and 5. Jumping in earlier showed a lot of pace on debut, just tired late. That would be the Peter way to get them back to 3 days later. The Tizona did it in different provinces, so no reason why Jumping in earlier won't, if she's pulled up sound enough. So I suppose with a weight off the back, that's got to be respected. But from a PA perspective, I can't see Kawelami missing out on the first 3.
Yeah, that's horse number 2, your current favourite at 22 to 10 in the market. Next up, race number 3, which will be the start of the pick 6. This jumps at 13:35. It's over 1,450 meters. And Go Check with Love is your favourite, even money favourite in this event. It's 7-2 about Solo Diva. Butternut and Roy Vane is at 5-1. That's found a touch of support from 7-1, and then it's 7-1. And better bar those. Now this filly, Go Check with Love, she obviously ran 4th on debut, beaten 5.5 lengths. I thought she could have got probably a bit closer, and she was the one that from all the first timers that actually found betting support. And I think what's good from her form line is that Call Me When You Need Me came through to win on the weekend, and she won quite a comfortable race.
Yeah, she won nasty, Call Me When You Need Me, so that fills even more confidence with number 8, Go Check with Love Raheel. Seemed to stay on nasty enough. Cabello Matsunyani takes her out for Mike de Kock. She's open to any amount of improvement, whereas a horse like Solo Diva comes off a layoff, and she is what she is. And a horse like Butternut and Roy Vane, I suppose the fact that Little Miss Swagger came out and Frank the Form out of a Lady Elliot stands her in some sort of good stead. But I think all in all, number 8, Go Check with Love has just got that much more improvement to come. The Danon Platinas, they are impressing, but they don't win on debut, funny enough. They come into their own with a race or two, with a run or two under the belt. That, I promise you, I would love a barn full of Danon Platinas, because they are good. They look like they're going to train on. So if that's the analogy that I'm using with Go Check with Love, with 1,450 meters now ahead of her and the improvement factor, then I make her the best bet of the card. I think she'll be very hard to beat, Real.
That's horse number 8 in the 3rd race on the program, so definitely going to be a banker in leg number 1 of that pick 6. Next up, race number 4, which is an MR75 handicap over 1,800 meters, and here Mo the Man is your favourite at 22 to 10. It's Haslo Grande at 33 to 10. Greenlight Magic 7-2, 9-2 about Little Prince 8-1, and better bar those. What's your thoughts on the 4th race on the card, Alistair? Mo the Man, he's run straight out the maidens was actually a nice run.
Yeah, I think that he's actually a little bit better than what he's showing, and it's expected that he's going to maintain his form. He's a nice solid horse and an easy horse to follow. Gavin Larena takes around for Johan Janssen Panfur, and he beat Free Movement, who's obviously won twice since then. Even the run to Jet Dynasty, where he looked all over a winner going into the closing stage, and then Jet Dynasty just ran him down. And last time he went off to the front off a lightweight on the classic track over 1,600 meters, now goes up an extra furlong. I don't think he'll have any issue with the trip. The Royal Mo seemed to adapt nicely to distance, and I remember the mother banking April. I think she won a minor feature over 2,000 meters. Definitely placed there as far as I can remember. So genetically, he should get the trip. He's just a 3-year-old, so he's probably reaching his peak now, whereas some of the others, not all of the others, some of the others are well in their place. So I'd make a strong case for number 2, Mo the Man, but my top choice here is number 4, Haslo Grande. I really like the son of Erupts. Just as a horse, and I think if blinkers bring out any improvement, then he's going to take some beating. Paul Matchett's on fire. Pele Sunday Paul, he's doing a lot of the good work for the yard. I loved his last run to Miller Hugh's come out and won since. I'm of the opinion that since winning his maiden, he's been a little bit rushed, and that the races have been coming thick and fast. If the races present themselves, you've got to run. So he's taken 7 weeks on the back foot, and obviously let Miller Hugh come out and frank that form. And just another interesting piece of form, the penultimate start, although beaten nearly 8 lengths by Street Art, if you consider Street Art is now rated 103 or something, and Haslo Grande is a 74, then on that run, Haslo Grande probably got a little bit to work with. So I'm going to tip him on top, number 4, Haslo Grande, from number 2, Mo the Man. And then my backup comes from number 8, Black Lightning, the son of soft falling rain. Muzi Yeni takes the ride. The only time he's been this trip, he ran 3rd to Son of Raj, although Son of Raj is obviously better over further. There's still no disgrace in that, considering that they carried pretty much the same weight. On their maiden run, Black Lightning's got a very healthy edge over number 6, Wonderworld. I think Wonderworld will run better than he did last time. Not necessarily going to make a case for him to win, but I think he will run a lot better than he did last time. But number 8, Black Lightning's got him held, and I think Black Lightning's also slightly better at the Vaal than anywhere else. So he's going to be my horse that I think can run its trifectas and quartets and potentially make swingers pay. But I'm going to go 4, 2, and then 8.
Yeah, horse number 8 at around 14 to 1 in the market. Certainly some nice value there. Found by Alistair, and hopefully Black Lightning can run a nice race. But Haslo Grande is going to be the top selection in the 4th race on the card. Next up, race number 5, a Fillies and Mares 74 handicap that is set to be run over the 2,000 meter trip. And in race number 5, Ballroom Bliss is your favorite at 3 to 1. She was a facile winner of her last start. Angel's Wish, who was runner-up to Ballroom Bliss, she's at 9 to 2. It's Queen Bomi 5 to 1 along with Winning Queen. And then it's 8 to 1. And better bar those. Now, Alistair, Ballroom Bliss, I'll say she trotted up last time out, but she's obviously been given a 7-point penalty for that victory. Angel's Wish could get closer, but did she show you enough to suggest that she could turn the form around her?
Raheel, yes. I'm actually going to go with Angel's Wish to beat Ballroom Bliss, only because there was a loose horse in the race, and the loose horse was a bother to Angel's Wish for 300 meters up the straight. She had a bad draw. The same case can be made for Ballroom Bliss, but the difference this time is, well, they've actually equally got bad draws. But I think the weight turnaround, although minimal, is going to help Angel's Wish, along with the fact that I hope that a loose horse doesn't get in her way. So I'm of the opinion that Angel's Wish would have been much, much, much closer to Ballroom Bliss. And the 7-pound penalty might just catch up. Although Ballroom Bliss was comprehensive in her last win, that was just the perfect spot, the perfect storm for Ballroom Bliss. Even if you go back to her penultimate, anti-penultimate runs, those runs are all good enough for her to maintain a certain level of form. Obviously, KwaZulu Lady came out and won again at the Vaal a week ago. Midnight Crystal did okay at Hollywoodbets Greyville subsequently. So there's enough of a case you can make for Ballroom Bliss. But I think number 4, Angel's Wish, turns it around. But with their bad draws, I'm going to take the 5th here. I'm just going to back them up with 2 other horses. Number 2, Princess Cash New Yard, the daughter of Braveton Soldier, now with Heather Adamson. Lovely, the Hollywood Syndicate have sent her a horse. She stayed on quite nicely last time with a lightweight behind Southern Song. I'd take the punts and say Southern Song would be very close to favourite in this race if she was here. And then number 8, Queen Bomi, going over more suitable distance. 2,000 metres is more her chop. I believe 1,800, 2,000 metres has been a bit of a slow burn since her return from a break. There was a long layoff between July last year and April this year. And even though she's run very nicely, I think that this is more the trip that she's been looking for. Now, fitness will be on her side. Informed trainer and jockey. Lightweight. I can see number 8, Queen Bomi, giving things a big shake. So, a very, very tricky race. Even number 11 has to be respected. Number 11 on the card is Winning Queen. She's banging at the door. In fact, on the run on the 14th of May, Winning Queen has got a very, very healthy edge over Ballroom Bliss, so there's more food for thought. I think number 4, Angel's Wish, might be the right one, but it is an open race here, Raheel.
Yeah, you could be right there with number 4, Angel's Wish, Alistair, because when you have a look at Ballroom Bliss, she's actually held here by number 11, Winning Queen, who comes into the race, and she's a 7-year-old that's only won twice, and confidence is definitely not on her side. So Alistair could be onto something there with number 4, Angel's Wish, at around 9 to 2 in the market. That's going to be the top selection, and then healthy respect for a few others in the 5th race on the day. Next up will be race number 6. It's an MR 68 handicap over 2,400 meters, and race number 6 jumps at 20 past 3. Absolute Value is your favorite at 12 to 10. It's Monsieur Cheval at 33 to 10. It's then 11 to 2 about Indian War Dance, and you've got 6 to 1 and Better Bar those. Now, just having a look at this race, I'm tempted to ignore quite a few of these horses and say that this horse, Absolute Value, could, now that he's back in Joburg, he loves the course. I think he could actually take some beating in this event here, Alistair, because once you look past him, the form does become a bit tricky. quite a few horses have been disappointing. They're low on confidence. So I would think that Absolute Value could have the best chance in this event and could pose as a potential banker on the card as well.
One other horse for me, and that's number 5, Indian War Dance. I'm not going to let him run loose, but I think he's got a bit to find to beat number 2, Absolute Value. I don't believe he liked the tight turning track at Hollywoodbets Greyville last time. He was done no favours from a deep draw, although his way of running is to commit, and that's exactly what Sereno Moodley did. He just likes to gallop up in front, and he's not got the turn of foot that makes him a factor on the inside track, and therefore I would assume that the Hollywoodbets Greyville track would also catch him out, although he still took home a minor stake check on the day, and the yard left with the winner. But the runs to Mambo Contenders, Time Spirit, that was the day that I loved Time Spirit. That's all got a point in the direction of Absolute Value. If you go to the run to Mambo Camtesio on the 1st of June, he finished in front of Indian War Dance and Monsieur Cheval. But Indian War Dance comes in here with a 3.5 kilo swing, and there was about 2 lengths between them. So that is my line of thinking for number 5, Indian War Dance. I think Tyrone Zaki is perhaps intentionally run him in the wrong races along the way. And now coming into the handicaps for the first time in a while, the last time he ran in a handicap, he was badly under sufferance. I think this is the day heel for number 5, Indian War Dance. So although number 2, Absolute Value, will be the horse they all need to beat and probably going to aim to run them off their feet, Indian War Dance likely to be ridden for luck. With Atandiwe and Gulwa on board, I think number 5, Indian War Dance, this could be the day. So the 2 horses for me, I'm strong on a boxed exactor, especially after the scratching of number 4, Mun's Night. 7, Go Dream Machine, I can see running into the places. She's not far away from winning, but she is going to need the absolute right race to do it. I'm hoping for a classified stakes over 2,400 metres sometime soon for me to load the cannons with Go Dream Machine. But boxed exactor here, if you are in trouble, I reckon that'll get you out of it on the day.
Because last time out, I actually thought you actually told me as well that you're going to include him into the mix. I think Banner Bridge ran in the same race, and I thought this horse was quite disappointing given that Celtic Rush came straight out the maidens to win again. But we'll give him another chance and see if he can get the job done on Tuesday with just 54.5. But Absolute Value is the exacta player with horse number 5 in the 6th race on the card. Next up, race number 7, the penultimate race, jumps at 5 to 4 over 1,450 meters. This is an MR68 handicap, and in this event, your favorite is horse number 3, After Hours, at 5 to 2. It's rocking the time away at 7 to 2. It's 11 to 2 about Green Scepter, 7 to 1 and Better Bar. Those now After Hours, there was one punter in that Hollywoodbets, one player I'll say, in that Hollywoodbets Punters Challenge that needed this horse to just cross the line first last week, and he would have walked away with, I think it was 650,000. And unfortunately, After Hours just found one too good on the day in the form of Funky Music. But for that one player, I'm sure it's a bit sore to watch After Hours run again. But he's in such good form at the moment, Alistair, so you could possibly get it right on Tuesday.
Yeah, he's always got a chance for a heel. Atandiwe Good was back on board, the son of Bezrin. He actually looked like he was going to win the race last time until Funky Music got the better of him late. I don't think that he's isolated to running his best races at the Vaal or Turfentine. I just think that he's versatile, solid, and at this level, always got a chance. The draw was a big worry, heel. So although I fancy the chances number 3 After Hours, and I can see him being a factor, my top choice here is Green Scepter. Gavin Larena now takes over on the son of Give Me the Green Light for Sean Terry. I know he's held by After Hours on that last run, but also the cheap pieces go on. I'm prepared to say that number 6, Green Scepter, is going to be the horse they all need to beat. He's got a notorious issue with breathing. He's respiratory noise in most of his starts. I think that probably stops him from being a serious racehorse. But all in all, I think that this could be set for number 6, Green Scepter. If the cheap pieces make any difference, if Gavin Larena can add anything, the rating drop, I can see number 6, Green Scepter, saluting here from After Hours, especially with the draw factor and just going on collateral form of their last run. After Hours comes in on slightly better terms with Green Scepter, but with that said, I think there's more to like about Green Scepter other than the weight turnaround this time around. So that's going to be my line of thinking here. I'm trying to make a case for others. I think Never Too Clever is probably better down the Vaal straight. I know that he's won on the Vaal Classic track, but down the Vaal straight he seems to save his best for that. Flag Bearer is a horse that I think needs a little bit further rocking. The time away has to be respected. All of Fani Bronkhorst horses are hitting the board, so probably a place chance there. 6 from 3, pretty strong in race number 7.
Yeah, horse number 6, Green Scepter at around 11-2 in the market. That's going to be a top selection for Alistair in race number 7. Race number 8, the final race on the day, jumps at 4:30 over the 1,000 meter trip. And this is a classified stakes to close off proceedings on the day. Favorite is number 1, Insatiable. And this is at 18-10. It's What a Tiger at 5-2, along with Mia Regina. It's an 8-1. And better bar those. Now, both these fillies, Insatiable and Mia Regina, they ran behind Golden Sickle on a Saturday. And Insatiable was 6th, Mia Regina was 4th. And they obviously are the other way in the market. But what's your thoughts on the final race here? Do you see it as 2 Peter horses fighting it out, or the others could get involved?
I've got one of them, and I've got number 1, Insatiable in. Craig Zeki, new stable jockey, takes her out in the slaughter of Quirari. I don't think she's the most straightforward, but I think when she wins, she'll probably go on a bit of a streak. So, with no degree of confidence, number 1, Insatiable. I've got number 2, What a Tiger in. I think that he's bursting for his next win. Muzi Yeni takes her out for Fabian Habib. I like the runs that he's been putting in, although without winning, he's probably a little bit low on confidence, but I'm sure Muzi, now after riding him twice and getting him to run second to Pendragon, who's an inside track specialist at his penultimate start, it might be close to finding the answer. But the horse that I'm most interested about is Mandalay. Mandalay right down the bottom. This, of course, being a classified stake, so fillies do come in fairly well weighted. Mandalay, though, is nowhere near the top of the best weighted column. But her run to Awelami, she finished in front of Insatiable and comes in on 1.5 kilo better terms. Even on the run to Clean Living, Mandalay finished in front, well in front of Time Silhouette and Prey Upon a Star. Granted, 2 horses were going to start at a prize, and she meets them on far better terms. Even on the run of the 7th of May, found that was the day that Insatiable came out the stalls very slowly and they got pulled up with 200 meters left to run. But even that run to Samoa, I'm going to make a strong case for her. Lightweight, stays on nicely. If Awelami runs nicely in race number 2, that'll add to the confidence of number 8, Mandalay. Raheel, I think she's the value in the race. Congo broke on her, but I think she'll run into the first 3 and make things pay.
Yeah, that's horse number 8, Mandalay, at around 10-1 in the market. That's going to be the value selection for Alistair in the final race on the day. But What a Tiger, Insatiable, the 2 horses that he does have healthy respect for, with the value being number 8. We're going to move along to the suggested bet, and Alistair's suggested bet is a place accumulator. So Alistair, take it away with your PA on the day.
Starts at 1 o'clock in race number 2. I'm banking number 2, Awelami in the first leg. By banking number 8 in the second leg, Go Check with Love. Then do 4 and 8 in race number 4, which is the third leg, Mo the Man, Huslo Grande, and Black Lightning. Black Lightning being the value there. Race 5, first leg of the second jackpot, the race that I'm most worried about. I've gone 4 horses, 1, 2, 4, and 11. Ballroom Bliss, Princess Kesh, Angel's Wish, and Winning Queen, with Queen Brahmi also having a legitimate chance. By 2 and 5, absolute value in Indian War Dance. By 3 and 6, After Hours and Green Scepter. And the final leg opened up a little bit just to make sure. Insatiable, What a Tiger, and Mandalay.
Yeah, on the back end, and looking to double up, if not treble up, in the final leg. Alistair, thanks very much for your time. Have a good week and stay safe. Take care.
Thanks, Raheel. Same to you and all the viewers. Always a pleasure, and we'll catch up again soon.
Thanks very much to Alistair Cohen for his time and his insights with racing on Tuesday over at the Vaal. All the best, guys, and hopefully racing at the Vaal on Tuesday treats you well.